You can bet that I'm not doing a talk that's based on another person fulfilling you. Okay? And I'm not doing a talk based on anything that you think you may need in your life to fulfill you. It has to be something else. See, but at any point, I'm going to reiterate that, at any point that we're starting from a sense of emptiness rather than a sense of fullness, we're going to go down a dark path. Now, is that just in relationships? No. It refers to every attribute of God, whether it's love, light, power, peace, joy, prosperity, health, wholeness, wisdom, harmony. It doesn't matter. If we're starting from a sense of emptiness, we're going to try to find that thing rather than recognize that it already exists. Now, in Science of Mind 100 this week, we've been talking about this very thing, because what we're recognizing is that rather than starting from an empty tank and spending all of our time and energy trying to fill that tank up, what we're doing in this philosophy is starting from a full tank and driving the car. Can you feel the difference? Can you feel the difference in how that applies to your health? That it's not something that you have to find, it's something that you are, and you start from that full tank and drive the car from there. Can you see how that works with prosperity and abundance, where it's not something that we have to get and figure out how to have? If we start from a full tank and drive from that awareness that this is who I already am. We're not trying to fill the tank. See, every single attribute of God is complete within itself. And if we're made in the image and after the likeness of God, then every attribute of God would have to be complete within us. That's what I'm talking about this morning. I'm talking about completion. I'm talking about completeness and the realization that it is already true of us. Anything in our world that we think completes us, we really need to take another look at that. Even if it's our health, because we're not recognizing that it already exists. Even if it's our prosperity, because we're not recognizing that it's already here. Even if it's our joy and our relationships and our love because we're not recognizing that that already exists. And so we're starting from an empty tank. Trying to fill it up. 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 And it's like a bottomless pit. Because our initial premise is incorrect to begin with. So Monday night's class in Science of Mind 100 was a profound class. I mean, it still has me rocking. And it's not because I was teaching it, although that's a good reason for it to be a profound class. But no, it was absolutely profound, because basically, what we were talking about, and if you get this today, this will be your Super Sunday, okay? There is no conditionality associated with the attributes of God. This is big. This is big. In other words, the attributes of God are complete within themselves and don't require a condition to access them. Now, you probably have heard this a million times, but until you really hear it with your spiritual ears, it's going to bounce off, and you don't realize all the obstructions that you have in place that are saying you have to do this before you can be prosperous. You have to do this before you can be healthy. You have to do this before you can have joy in your life. Because we don't even realize all the obstructions that we have in place, all the conditionality that we have going on with our God attributes. But what we were studying Monday night was the realization that no attribute of God is associated with any conditionality. In other words, we can simply be health. Oh my God, did you hear that? We can simply be it. We can simply go straight to prosperity and wealth and abundance. There's no condition associated with it. In order to, we go through all this thinking, in order to have health, I must first find the perfect doctor, then I must exercise twice a day, I must eat this type of food. And this is saying, no, perfect health is an attribute of God. It already exists. We can go directly to health. We have all this stuff in place. In order to have joy in my life, I must find the best person. And then I must get married. And then I must have a family. And this is saying, no. You can go directly to joy. Skip the conditionality. Skip the conditions. In order to be prosperous, I must go to the perfect school, find the perfect job, start the perfect company. And it said, no, those are obstructions that you have put in place. But there is no conditionality associated with any attribute of God, which means that we can go directly to the prosperity. Be it. It already exists. It's already here. And it's already ours. That's the good news today. That's the good news. That's what makes this a Super Sunday, if we hear it. See, in each case, in each one of these attributes, what we find is in so many issues, we make it conditional on something else happening first because of man-made rules. That's why we're studying quantum physics with science in mind, because quantum physics says you can quantum leap the obstructions. You can quantum leap anything, any condition that you have in the way. And just be that whatever quality that already exists as a part of your completeness. Now, if you still don't get it, Gandhi said it may be better than anybody. He said, there is no way to peace. Peace is the way. He said you can go directly to peace. You don't have to use anything to get to it. There is no way to prosperity. Prosperity is the way. There is no way to health. Health is the way. If you hear this morning, I guarantee you this will be the day. This will be the day where you quantum leap all that other stuff, all that stuff that has been built up in your mind in terms of what you have to do first. I could be happy if I had the perfect person in my life. You can be happy now. And then attract the perfect person in your life from your joy. What I'm talking about is exactly what we saw Jesus do on the boat when he was asleep in the storm, And they woke him up. And he got up and he looked at the storm. He didn't say, hey, fellas, what does the weatherman say is going to happen today? He didn't do that. What did he do? He said, peace, be still, because he had to be looking at peace. He had to be looking at it. No matter what the appearance of it was, it had to be peace. There was nothing in the way. He went directly to what he wanted to see, and he called it forth. He didn't say, if you drive over this way, maybe we'll miss the wind. He said, peace, be still. So that's what I want us to do this morning. I want us to look at our world and look at the places in our lives where we're saying, first I have to do this. No, first you don't have to do anything other than believe if it's an attribute of God. If it is love, light, power, peace, joy, prosperity, health, wholeness, wisdom, freedom, there is nothing that has to happen first. There is no conditionality associated with any attribute of God. And any condition that we're seeing, any obstruction, anything that we think has to happen first, we put it there. Now, I don't know about you. That lesson sent me to the moon. Because even having heard it, even understanding it at some level, I began to see that there were still obstructions. There were still things that I was putting in between me and my joy, in between me and my prosperity, in between me and my health.